Hello guys, welcome to the next video. This is going to be Act 5 in my new player Necromancer campaign series. And at the very start I'm going to do a quick update. I have now acquired the Summon Carrying Golem gem from Act 4 at the very end, and I've linked it to Minion Life, Summon Phantasm and our Raise Zombie spell. That's pretty much all that has changed. I'm now going to go into the control blocks. And also the next gem we will use is Unleash. Once we get to level 38, we will use Summon Raging Spirit, minion damage, added lightning, and then we will use Unleash instead of the melee splash. And also my clarity is disabled, so I'm going to activate that again. Now for this area right here, we just kind of have to go straight as far as we can, and then we will see this fence right here. Then just try to dash down. There is these like holes in the fence. Then somewhere around here you should be able to see an exclamation mark. I can pick up the mice meter. Maybe it's a little bit more up here. Okay, there it is. And there you can also dash through this fence again. Pick up the mice meter and then dash up. Now for the passive tree, the next thing I'm going to grab is the Sovereignty node right here. I'm going to go over here to get some mana reservation efficiency, so that we can use more auras. And now just move up. We will try to find the exit to this area where we have to find another boss. And also I'm going to kill a few monsters in these areas because I'm a bit behind on levels. Just not to fall too far behind. And as you can see, the damage is amazing. And it's also very satisfying seeing all of the like little summon raging spirits attack the boss at once. Very nice sound. And now we are onto the Oriath Square. So this area is usually like very similar, if not the same every time. You just want to go up here. You can go straight for a while, and then at the very top you have to go right for a bit. And that's where we will see the entrance to the next area. Over the bridge. And now it's either up here or in the next section to the right. Yeah, it's to the right. So we just take a quick ride, and now this is the Templar Courts. Level up again, some mana reservation efficiency.
I swore they would suffer for exiling me, and I always keep my promises.
They're very laggy.
When I'm ready and not ready.
There's also these rare monsters that have this mana ring right here. As you can see, that is very dangerous. When you stay in the mana ring, you constantly drain mana and take damage over time, so you either have to stay completely outside or go within melee range. So that can be dangerous. And then at some point you will see this like church-like area here. When you see this, you can go into the other direction. This area is also always the same, this exact path. I'll get some more zombies. And I've also forgotten to summon the carrion golem. That's something that you should have done at the very start of this act. And now we have this guy right here, and he helps out with clear a little bit. Now after you've gone left for a while, you can go up again, and there's the exit. Basically just under the waypoint we have up here, but you obviously can't go straight down, because there's something blocking your way. For this area is great for farming experience, if you want to overlevel a little bit. I don't recommend overleveling more than 3 levels, because there's diminishing returns at some point. However, if you want to get some more character strength, this is a great area to do it. You can, after you've run through the area, just go to a waypoint. Let me just quickly show you. If you are at a waypoint, you can control left click onto the area and then choose to open another instance. And then you can kill all of the monsters again. And then just do that how many times as you want. Okay, so now we are finally level 93 already. I can use the new helmet, switch these around, and then also something I can use now is the unleash support. So I'm going to be swapping that out. And we could actually do something else as well, because we now have a few more sockets. I think I'm going to use the carrion golem. Yeah, so I'm going to put the flammability right here. And then use the carrion golem together with melee splash. And I guess this probably also supports it. Yeah, that should be fine. Maybe it's... Actually, I will put it in a different link, because if I put it in the Infernal Legion link, the carrion golem will lose life over time. Which might not be the best thing. So let's put flammability down here, clarity up here, and then the carrion golem in this link. So it's just carrion golem with melee splash. Don't know if that makes much of a difference, but it seems a bit better. And then sometimes if you change around your equipment, you might have to activate your auras again, so keep that in mind. And now the very nice thing about Unleash is, as you can see at the bottom, this counts up to 3, and once you press the button it summons 3 Raging Spirits at once. So, especially for walking through areas, this is very nice. You can just kind of walk until this hits 2 or 3, and then press the button once, and it should clear out the packs quite quickly. So don't have to press the button as often anymore. Okay, so I don't know if we have to go further down. I do believe it's here, and it is there. That's very nice. And now we are at the, like, one of the big bosses of Act 5. Right here. I think lore-wise is actually the guy that exiled, or... Actually I'm not sure, I think it's either this guy or the final boss of Act 3 that exiled you in the lore. Because either Dominus, the X3 final boss, or Innocence, like this High Templar here, exiled you. That's kind of like the lore of the game, and I think after you beat him, there's also like a short cutscene. I usually skip that just by muscle memory, but maybe I'll remember not to skip it this time. Should be after we defeat him. There's phase 2. There is an NPC in the next room called Bannon. Maybe there I can show you the cutscene. And he again has a lot of phases. At every third of HP we take down, he's going to go invulnerable, go to the middle and spawn some ads. You can just stay in the middle and spawn your minions. And now curse the boss again. And as you can see, the damage is like insane. The only thing we are now trying to solve a little bit with the build is the defenses. They should be fine, but I want to get it even more comfortable. So also the next aura, I don't know in which act we will be picking that up. But we are going to be trying to fit in Purity of Elements, which is pretty much going to cap out our elemental resistances until the end of the run. And we are already capped on fire and cold resistance right here, but not on lightning resistance. And that should help with that. Also, if you don't know, you can bring this screen up with C and then just move over to defense. Don't worry about chaos resistance for now. That's pretty irrelevant.
You and only you.
K2
I shall say.
shields, maybe one of them is good. And the second one has a lot of life. Maybe I'm going to use that at level 45. So let's keep that here for this time. And then you can talk to Sin. There's actually this cutscene. And this is the only cutscene in the entire game, which is kind of funny, but this is supposed to be like the stone statue awakening into Kitava, which is the like prime evil of this game, at least in the campaign. Another point, that's great. And he's the guy that we will fight in the end of this act and also in the end of Act 10, which is the final act of the campaign. So we will see Kitava in just a few minutes. He has destroyed all of Oriath. Now the torched grounds are like burned, as you can see, they are destroyed. And now we just have to navigate all the way around again, and up here's the exit.
When I'm ready, and not before.
And there we go, we are back to the Ruined Square. Now you can see Kitava has also burned down the square. And everything is in shambles right now. Now for this area you kind of have to go a U-turn or like a snake pattern this way because all of the other ways are blocked. So now we move up again, go left and then down. There's the waypoint. Now we go into the Ossuary. And here we have to go to this exclamation mark. Again, navigate around it. Actually, we might have to go left. Yeah, it seems like we have to go left. And in this room we will find, I think it's a banner or like a torch of light. This is like the item we need to fight Kitava. Yeah, the sign of purity. Grab the crafting recipe and then you can just go back to the Ruined Square. And now for this area we will move down. This area stays the same. So we know exactly what the layout looks like. Go right. And then down. Now I'm going to also take the increased mana reservation efficiency of skills. And now once you are around here in the square, I'm going to throw down a portal. We will come back to this portal later. Now we are going to fight Kitava. Go up here. And for this area just move straight. Don't really have to navigate a whole lot. And then while you walk through, just summon a few of your Raging Spirits, or to kill the monsters while you walk by. There another unique item dropped. I know this one isn't good, but if you're not sure you can just pick it up and check it. Also you can sell most unique items for like 1 chaos, which can be nice at the start. And there is the apex. So we put in the cradle, or the sign of purity right here. And now Kitava shows himself. And for him, he has this swipe across the ground. They can just move like anywhere, it's like very slow and easy to dodge. Let's see if he does any of his more dangerous attacks. So here, this is a cross that slowly comes towards you and then explodes. Just move out of there. Now he's going to reveal his heart, and we have to damage his heart until the next phase transition. And there's also his punch. There you can just dash away. Alright. And that's already the boss fight. Just have to get him to half life. There we go. And now he's going to go down once more and then laser beam us. And this is actually a scripted loss fight. After we lose this fight, we are going to be sent to kind of like the past, as I believe it is. Story-wise it's a bit weird, but acts 6 to 10 are basically altered versions of our act 1s to 5. And we are going to sail with a ship right here.
I've never had to pay the price for my ambitions.
So now, if you've noticed in the chat, we've also been blessed by, or cursed to be exact, with negative 30 resistances. That's why we need a lot of resistances, because Kitava, every time we kill him, which is twice, he gives us negative 30 resistances. Similar to Diablo, where you also get like negative resistances after the acts. And then sail to Rayclast. And this is the hub area for Act 6. So there's one more thing I want to do in this episode, because we didn't completely do all of the quests in Act 5. And now, as you can remember, the portal I put down in the Ruined Square. If you didn't put the portal down, just use the waypoint and walk down here again. Now we want to go down here and find the Reliquary, because there's another passive point skill quest. So in this area we want to collect 3 quest items, Kitava's Torments, right here. And one of them will be down here, this is kind of like a square. One of them is down here, the other one here, and the last one up here. So just check the edges, and then you should find all of the items.
When I'm ready, and not before.
And the last one should be up here. And now I'm going to take the resistances and some cast speed. Also very nice. Okay, now we can go back to town. And talk to all of the NPCs. They have a lot of quest rewards to give us. For most of them you can just pick anything. And then Bennett's also here.
Innocence blesses your journey.
Now pick this right here. And then after that, we move here and grab some more life. Now for Act 6, since Act 5 is pretty short, I'm going to do one more small thing in Act 6. There is a side quest in the Twilight Strand. If you remember, this is the very first area we were. This is the beach we woke up in. Just as I understand, a few years back. If I understand the lore correctly, since Kitava tried to destroy everything, we are trying to go back in time and prevent him from doing so. And in this area you have to clear out the entire strand, so kill every single monster. And sometimes there is also like some mechanics like essences or strong boxes where you have to click on them. Maybe this also counts, I'm going to click on it because it also spawns monsters. Sometimes they count as monsters in the area, sometimes they don't. And this actually dropped some very nice stuff. This would be nice if I was a strength build. I'm not really going to use that for right now. Also having a 5-link at this stage is a little bit... it's like possible, but it's not something that you guaranteed have. So I'm not going to use it for now. And there's the boss. Now we can talk to Lily in town. And this is actually a very, very nice thing. Here. Either you can talk to her, I'm actually going to talk to her in town. She then also moves into your hideout if you want to have her there. You just place her. But I'm going to talk to her here. And now what Lily does is she sells us pretty much every single gem in the game. So we don't have to go through all of the acts and kind of like look for what we can find. Now we have all of the gems in one place, which is very nice. And I'm just going to sell those as well. Now we can switch the gloves. Just doing some character upgrades. And what we are going to be buying is added chaos damage for our summon raging spirits. Here added chaos damage. We're going to swap this out with the added lightning. And then also feeding frenzy. Right here. This is very nice for our carrion golem. So I'm going to swap that out for the melee splash support. And then I think that's all of the skill gem changes I want to make for this episode. One more thing is actually if I have some jeweler's orbs, I can show you something very nice. And I have a single one, which is not... Maybe we get lucky. So right here I have this shield and I would really like to... Actually this shield. Maybe I can just do it like this, but... If you at some point have like an item that you wanted to use, let's say I wanted to use this shield. Right now this shield is not the one I want to use, but let's say this is like a very nice shield that you want to use and it only has one socket. What you can try to do is use this jeweler's orb right here to add a random number of sockets or reroll the number of sockets and then use orbs of fusing to reforge the links and then you can maybe get a linked item just for when you find a good item but with bad sockets. However, as always, I'm going to include my character in the description. You can just look at it and then copy all of the gems, the passive tree, etc. So don't have to like follow the video every single bit of the way. And then I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you've learned something. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I answer every comment. And then I hope you've liked this episode. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. And then until the next time, bye.